This is going to be a follow-on video in my series on using LumiBot from LumiWealth to create and manage trading algorithms. And rather than me writing a bunch of code and then back testing it, what I want to highlight here is their trading platform Botspot. So Botspot is a platform, and it's a work in progress here right now. They're going to add a bunch of functionality to it, but right now we can use a prompt to develop a trading strategy. And essentially we end up with a no-code or at least a low-code solution to a trading algorithm by using this. All right, so I'm going to show you a couple examples of this, and then they have a free trial that you can sign up for if you like it, and see where you go from there. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and jump in here then. A few things you can do on the home page, right? You can look at other strategies that people have either uploaded or LumiWealth has uploaded, and you can just sort of see how well those have performed over time. And if you have a strategy that you like and you want to share, you can use this add bot button to do that. All right, so we're not going to do any of that, right? And these are the same, right? Add bot, add your own bot, the same thing. All right, we're going to use this, the AI bot builder, which is the same as this. Okay, so either one, I'll click on one, and essentially what it does is it suggests some prompts for you here, or you can write your own prompts. All right, so you can go from something really simple to something really complex. All right, and you can see down here, you're kind of limited on your trial. I think you're going to have 20 prompts. All right, and I think it renews every week. So if the trial's 10 days or 14 days or something, you'd have a total of something like 40 prompts. Okay, but you can't just sort of endlessly run these things. Certainly as you get going, you're going to want to sort of define what your prompt is first before you come in here and start trying to write a bunch of strategies. Okay, all right, so I have pre-prepared a couple of prompts, so I'm going to go ahead and go get one so we can demonstrate this thing. And here's my first prompt, and it's basically just sort of a prompt that is aiming to take advantage of the leveraged QQQ ETF. So this is a triple QQQ. All right, and so this one's going to be dangerous in a very volatile market when it's moving down. Like, okay, right now it kind of is doing that. All right, so you want to be careful of something like this. And, you know, I'm going to stop right there and say this video is meant for educational purposes only. It should not be used as trading advice. And I'll go back to Botspot and, yep, paste it in here, and we'll get an idea of how this works, how long it takes to generate code, that kind of thing. All right, so this isn't the most detailed strategy, but it's got some detail in here. Okay, so it has generated the code, and it's very well documented here. All right, somewhere in here is going to be the prompt that I used for generating this thing. Okay, so there it is. There's the prompt. All right, and then yep, here's the code. Now it's kind of hard to look at in this window, so I'm just going to go ahead and copy it. Okay, and then I'll go into VS Code. And I'll create a new file, and I will call it, okay, I sort of name it after the symbol I'm using here, and then I'll paste that in. And just like that, depending on what we're doing here, I can go ahead and back test it. Okay, so I'm not going to spend too much time looking at the code. We're going to assume it's right, and we're going to see how it runs. Okay, but one thing to keep in mind is that, yeah, when the AI engine is generating the code, it's, if you're not telling it how to do specific things, then it is setting sort of some default values. And one of those would be, let us set a back trading window, and it's going to be a year by default. So if I want to override that, then yep, I have a little bit of code to write here, and I'll start with a back testing start, and right, that's got to be a date time. So let's see if it imported date time. All right, it did not, so I would have to import that. Okay, with that done, now I can modify my start and end. And I just want to, I'm just doing this to sort of make a point that you may need to set some of these parameters. All right, and so if we want to go back 5 years, right, then we can do that. Okay, all right, okay, with those couple of changes, let's see what happens when I back test this. Okay, so we are done, and we get a couple of reports, right? So still all the same backtesting engines, right? The LumiBot tear sheet here, the QuantStats tear sheet here, and since I'm looking at that, we can get an idea of how this performed, and okay, that's what happened to the S&P 500, all right, and this is what happened with our strategy. All right, so I probably want to set the benchmark asset to be different, right? To compare QQQ to the TQQQ, right? So I could probably do that, run it again. All right, but again, one of the defaults is, okay, what is the benchmark asset? It's going to be the S&P 500. All right, so I would have to override that. All right, but that seems like a small price to pay for not having to write all that code where it seems to work, right? And we can kind of get an idea of when we were in the market and when we were out. And as I mentioned, right, we had recently we've had a downward turn, and we sort of got out and sat out for a while, and now we're sort of back in. We're moving above that 200-day moving average and trying to take advantage of the upward swing. Okay, all right. So I'm not going to do it again, but right now you can see the benchmark asset is SPY, and okay, you should probably replace that with QQQ. All right, and then you can see how this strategy would have worked versus the NASDAQ 100. Okay, but right off the top, it looks like, oh, it's sort of a set it and forget it. It looks pretty promising. Okay. All right, let's look at another prompt, and this one I'm going to leave a little bit more vague. So I just want it to write a bot that trades the aggregate bond ETF, and I'm not really telling it too much. Okay, so let's see how it handles this. All right, so I'm going to go bot builder. All right, so I'll just click on new strategy here, and I'm back to the sort of the home page. I'm going to paste my prompt in here, and I'm going to see what it comes up with. Okay, so we get our shot of code, same sort of stuff, well documented. All right, the prompt I used is in there. Okay, and I'm just going to copy this so I can see it better and talk about the code a little bit. All right, so I'll make another new file, and we'll call this one Momentum. All right, so it's a day trading strategy, and we're supposed to be sort of entering trades as the price is moving up, and hopefully exiting them as it moves down before we have too much of a loss, right? And somehow we probably have to capture some profit. All right, so let's see what the code looks like. All right, so I didn't set anything. I just said, okay, make this day trading strategy, and the coding engine sort of said, oh, let's make this momentum threshold, and we'll make it really small, right, 0.1% there. And I didn't tell it how much money to use, so it decided that it would trade 100 shares or whatever it is I'm trading. Okay, it decided to use minute bars here, and there's the symbol that I'm trading, the aggregate bond. Okay, and some of these messages are like, oh, if the bot goes live, we would be able to see some of these messages as the engine runs and as it iterates over and over this thing every minute. Okay. All right. So then it sort of goes and gets a price, and then it sort of is logging those somewhere in a bars variable, and then it's deciding whether or not to trade. Okay. So here's where it's deciding whether or not to trade. All right. So if I don't have a position, and I'm above the threshold, then I'm going to enter a trade. Okay. All right. I'm going to back test this, but right away I can see that, well, it didn't tell me to close all my positions at the end of the day. So I would probably have to add that. All right, but let's see what happens when I run this. Oh, oops, sorry. No, don't do that. I need to set my days. Okay, so for sure I need to set my trading window because I have a free Polygon account, and I'm not going to be able to go back a year. All right, so we're going to go back testing. All right, and it's going to be a date time, and we'll just go back to, as of this video, it's sometime last week. All right, Thursday and Friday maybe. Okay, and then just make sure we got to import date time. All right, and then let's see what happens when I run this. I'm not expecting anything great here, but let's just see if it sort of does something like what we expect it should do. Let me go back there for a second. We can see here, looks like, okay, I entered an order and then eventually I closed it. All right. So, okay, it's doing something. It may not be doing exactly what I expected to do, but it's probably going to need some refining. Okay. So, okay, we can see that, yeah, we didn't expect it to do too much, but at least we didn't sort of lose a lot of money. Over these 2 days, we're basically pretty much even, and we can see, right, I started at 100,000, right, and I ended, it looks like I lost about $26 over those 2 days. Okay. All right. So what should we do now? We could go and try to modify the code here, right? Add some more parameters, or I could do it over in Botspot and it lets you refine it. So we could say, close open positions at the end of the day and limit losses to. Okay, so we're going to try to limit the downside and also take some money off the table when we get a 0.5% move up. All right, let's see what that does. All right, so this is the kind of thing you're probably going to want to avoid on your free trial because you can quickly use up all your available prompts. Okay, so I guess the take-home message is really develop your strategy before you come in here and start playing around with it in order, right, to get something that you like. And while that's doing that, just so you can see, they have this back testing capability. I'm not sure if it's active at the moment, but eventually you'll be able to back test. If you're using Polygon, you'd have to put in your API key there. You can set some parameters there. So rather than doing it the way I'm doing it, jumping between VS Code and Botspot, you will eventually be able to do everything you want right on this platform. All right, it did finish the code, so let me copy that and kind of get an idea of how much it changed. All right, so 109 lines of code right now. Let's replace that all. Okay, so it added about 40 lines of code to incorporate those additional conditions that I set. All right, so here's what it's doing before the market closes. So I told it to close positions at the end of the day, so it added this method in there to make sure that that happens. All right, I'm gonna try it again anyway and see if there's any difference there. I don't expect that there will be. Let me see what it did for this. I gotta make sure that. Okay, so I'll just go the current year though. All right, let's try that. Again, I mean, I don't expect this strategy was going to do anything anyway, but I just wanted to give you an idea of, okay, what would happen if you put in a sort of a more comprehensive prompt versus a very vague one. All right, and the interesting thing is that if I try this prompt again, I'm probably going to get slightly different code. All right, certainly I'm going to get something different if I combined the initial prompt with the parameters I added at the end. All right, so I actually end up entering twice, and right, I lost $50 instead of losing 26. All right, so it's a little bit worse, whatever I did here, but still pretty much the same. All right, I didn't really lose a big chunk of money, and obviously I didn't gain anything. All right, so this strategy obviously needs work, but hopefully that gives you an idea of what you can do at Botspot, and I hope that helps.